Hello and welcome to Magical Marker. We usually are a Dungeons and Dragons and drawing stream, but tonight we're going to play some other fun drawing games. So who's going to play with us tonight? Let's introduce ourselves. We have Boya Sun.
Hi,
Say hi, Boya.
sure, what should I say?
I don't know. Tell us something. Tell us one of your favorite movies.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't have to be
So
favorite,
hard to
just one
choose.
thing. Something you've enjoyed recently.
Recently. Well, okay. I watched this anime called, I don't usually enjoy watching anime as much, but this one I was hooked. It's called Promise Neverland. And it's just about these bunch of orphan children, but there's a bunch of twists, so I don't want to say too much about it if you're gonna watch it. But it's on Netflix, and I literally sat down and I finished the entire season in one sitting. So
Okay.
that has to mean something.
What was it called again?
I think it's called Promise Neverland, and I think it's originally a manga, Shonen Jump as well.
Oh, okay.
So
I've read some of the manga, but I haven't read all of it.
yeah, I never read the manga, but the anime was just so captivating. The story, I had to keep going, and every episode leaves you on a cliffhanger, so they got me.
They got you hooked.
Just one more.
Yeah.
All right, who are you going to bounce it over to, Boya?
Let's do Matt.
All right. Hi, I'm Matt. I usually play Swell. Yeah, something I watched recently. I think I just watched all of that new J.G. Quintel series on Netflix as well. What's it called?
Close enough?
Close Enough, yeah. From the same creator as Regular Show. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I can highly recommend that. Movies, though, I can't remember the last movie I even watched. What was a Ghibli one, I think, that Caitlin and I watched together?
We watched a bit of Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that in ages. It was really good.
And
We have to finish that.
we have to finish it, yeah.
Also, Caitlin and I are streaming from home tonight, so that's why
Yes.
we're both in the same building. But yeah, actually, that's a good point. I'll throw it over to Caitlin to...
Hi, I'm Caitlin. Something that I watched recently. I recently watched The Death of Stalin, which was interesting. It's all about the death of Stalin. I think the title's really self-explanatory. Yeah, I watch a lot of trash though. I watched the entirety of that Netflix series Julie and the Phantoms the other day. And it's like exactly the kind of trash that I love. It's like this girl is haunted by 3 sexy ghosts and they have a band together, and there's like every episode has like a musical number, and there's like everyone is like ridiculously attractive.
There was one part, I hadn't seen much of it, but there's one part that actually got me a little bit teary. I was doing my lessons on the couch, my Duolingo lessons, and it was just one scene where one of the ghosts visits his mum, and I was just like...
It was very emotional, yeah.
Emotional, yeah. So.
I'll watch anything. I'm not picky. And I guess that leaves Priscilla.
It's been a while since I've watched anything that's like actual, proper, constructed sort of TV or visual medium. I watched the last 2 episodes of Death Note yesterday because Tristan was going through the series, and I read the manga a while ago. I stopped after a big spoiler in the middle, and then I never kept up with it after that. So I finally saw how it ended. Beyond that, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, like diving into random YouTube rabbit holes. Like I went through a bunch of BreadTube. I was watching like ContraPoints and Philosophy Tube, and then I got really into two-set violin, which is like a pair of classical violinists who do like comedy stuff and music things.
Nice.
Right, I've seen some of their videos.
Yeah. They're Australian, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
2-cent violin. Is that what it's called?
Two set.
2-set.
Like a set of two.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll check that out. I quite like a bit of orchestral music at the best of times.
I mean, they're not usually playing a whole lot. It's mostly like little games and riffs and things. So kind of like the thing we're doing here, like drawing games. So they do sort of violent games and random, who's the top 10 most underrated classical composers and stuff like that. So, more comedy oriented.
Oh, okay. Well, you got me there.
They make
I like that.
make fun of how people play violin in movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
What about you, Brian?
And
what are you watching?
I'm Brian, and we just watched, my wife and I watched called The Duchess, which is by Catherine Ryan. We enjoy her stand-up comedy and when she's on panel shows, and so she wrote her own 6-episode Netflix, and it's a very Catherine Ryan show. It was uncomfortable but hilarious and fun, so give it a thumbs up.
Nice.
But let's get into some drawing games. As you can see, we're doing some ridiculous drawings right now. But I'm often doing visits to schools to teach kids how to do some drawing games. And I like to teach kids drawing games because there's that pressure that a lot of adults get, by the time you're a grown-up or even a teenager, the idea that like, oh, I can't draw. I can never draw. Best I can draw is a stick man. But at the same time, like, if you can't sing, you still might do karaoke. You still might sing Happy Birthday or the national anthem. But most people won't actually draw something. Like, they won't even try to draw a stick figure. They'll be so uncomfortable. And so I try and bring the fun to it, try and make it like karaoke, some games that you can play, even if you're not a great drawer, because the pressure is off. It's not to make a nice drawing. It's to make a fun drawing. It's to have a good time with your friends. So if you're watching and you are someone who does not do a lot of drawing, that's okay. Hopefully you'll learn some stuff that you can actually do when you're with your friends, especially when you've got like a napkin and you're waiting for your food to arrive at the restaurant. You can get some crayons from the kids' meal or something, ask the waitress or waiter, the server, for it. You just fought a chimera, or you guys had just not fought a chimera but encountered a chimera and not fought wisely in our last adventure. And so one of the drawing games we play is called Chimera. So I need 2 people for this first game. Who wants to do a chimera?
I'll do it.
All right.
I can do it. Yeah.
All right. Caitlin and Boy, let's clear the screen for a second.
Okay.
Someone's got to turn them legs. Okay.
I'll draw a line down the middle here.
Ooh.
Not a straight line, unfortunately. There's a shift key I can hold down. There we go. That's much
I
straighter.
can't even draw a straight line. Well, none of us can.
Like, if you could draw a perfectly straight line, I would be extremely impressed.
Right, so there we go. We've got it sort of divided in half. Boya, you are going to have the left half. Caitlin, you're going to have the right half.
Okay.
And then me, Matt, and Priscilla, we're each going to name an animal, and you have to make a chimera. It doesn't have to have 3 heads. It's just a combination of these 3 animals. And you can pick whatever part of the animal you think is going to make a fun drawing for you.
Okay.
So let's start off with Matt. Can you give us an animal?
An animal. All right. Let's go with tiger. I don't know what I can.
Tiger.
Burning bright.
What?
She was making a William Blake reference. She said burning bright, tiger burning bright.
Oh yeah, sorry, it was just random one-off.
I was like, I thought that was another animal.
I was like, I've never heard of that
Burning
one.
bright. That's what we call lightning bugs in the mid-north center.
Okay.
Have you got one, Priscilla?
Oh, sorry. No, that's too classical. Let's go with a starling.
that like a bird?
What?
Yeah. It's basically like a little round bird.
Okay, I'm not gonna Google it. I'm just gonna imagine what it looks like.
It's a round bird.
Oh,
Not,
right.
well, not that round, but
Like
it's
one
like
of the ones that looks
a
like
smaller
this.
bird. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly
We
like
can
that.
starling or
Oh,
bird.
A bird.
And I'm going to round it out with a sea creature. Let's go with octopus. All right, so you guys draw your tiger, starling, octopus.
wow. Okay.
Part of the fun of this is to figure out, what is the important quintessential element that you need to do to broadcast these things.
Startopus. Tigerlingpus.
Tigerlingpus.
Octostarger?
Wait. Trying to think.
And normally when I do this, we're at easels, and I have the two people, they can't see what each other is drawing.
I'll just not look at boys drawing.
Yeah, I won't look.
Just put a hand over on the screen.
When you guys are drawing, you guys want to talk about how you draw. Let's start with the people who aren't currently drawing, go with like Matt or Priscilla. What digital tools do you use? Are you using what sort of tablet or setup do you guys have?
Do you want to go, Matt?
Yeah, sure. I'm primarily digital. I use Photoshop or Clip Studio. What's it called? Clip Studio.
Yeah, it's Clip Studio now.
Yeah, I'm in the process of trying to learn how to use it because I've not used it much, and I recently canceled my Adobe subscription because it's just very expensive. And I'm trying to learn how to use that for my comics, but I haven't made much progress because I still have an Adobe subscription through work now that I'm working from home. So basically, still using that. But yeah, I've got an Intuos Pro. But I think you might be able to see in the background of Caitlin's image, there's a box there to Wacom Cintiq. I think it's an old one though.
It's like an old not even refurb. It's just like an old one that my boss was going to throw out. So we brought it in.
So,
well, some of the older ones are like tanks. They keep going. So
I had a 24 HD like 7 years ago when we were working in when we were living in Australia, but I obviously couldn't bring that with me to Canada. So.
That one kept breaking as well.
I don't know what was wrong with it. It just kept breaking. Like the screen would just stop working. I had to send it back like 2 or 3 times. But I don't know if it was my computer or the thing, because they were like, we can't find anything wrong with it, and I was like, all right, it's broken. So
I bet it used to overheat. I think that was the problem.
Probably, yeah, because it's so hot.
It's so hot, and we didn't have any like AC or anything.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Oh, and I use iPad Pro that Caitlin got me for Christmas with Procreate on occasion to do some just some smaller pieces. I posted a illustration this week of Swell doing some water controlling with a little bit of. I took it into After Effects to add some animation.
Oh, nice. I missed that.
Oh yeah, I only posted yesterday. I think.
Oh, okay. I wasn't really on too much yesterday.
That's okay.
Maybe that's why.
But yeah, I used Procreate to make that initially, and then it's fun. I like it.
I'm supposed to be getting an iPad Pro soon, so I'm excited for that. I put in the order, but it takes like a month.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Well,
what size do you get?
It's the 12 point whatever. 12.9.
12.9.
The one you got.
Yeah.
The large one.
I don't know actually. The one that I got from Matt was also secondhand. This guy that I know was just selling his iPad Pro because he didn't use it. I don't know. He'd like bought it for some reason and he never used it. And he was like, "Do you want it?" for $500, like the iPad and the pen and like a keyboard case and stuff like that. It was a super good deal.
Yeah, it was really good.
And then I gave it to Matt for Christmas, and he was like, "What? You spent like $1,000 on my Christmas present?" I was like, "Well, actually."
When I opened it, I was pretty angry. I was like,
Yeah,
Get some partner points.
That's even better than getting it at full price.
That's true. And then you're like, hey, I saved a bunch of money too.
Yeah. Wait, what size you get? 12.9 as well?
yeah, it was a lot of one of the larger ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So pretty happy with it. How about you, Brian?
An old-fashioned bamboo tablet, and I just sort of I don't like looking at the screen. I've separated so I can see the screen and the board, and I don't like drawing onto the screen. I tried doing that, and it throws me off. It's going to be like another thing I have to learn at some point. But
Interesting. I feel like I've never heard that in that sense. Like I've heard people say that, they like being able to see everything without having the hand cover it, and that they like the posture that you get better with, like it's better ergonomically with it. But I don't think I've ever heard someone say that it throws them off to draw on the screen.
Yeah, I find when I use a Cintiq that like I get really close to it.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, I find that I'm like going cross-eyed, whereas with the tablet, it's like I have some distance.
Yeah.
But I find that like there's not as good control with the tablet. Like when you're drawing straight onto the screen, you can get like a cleaner line.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like when you're drawing on Cintiq, it feels like you're drawing on like an actual surface, like paper, for example. So you have to get close to see the detail. But then on the screen, you can zoom, and it feels like spatially, the piece of the canvas that you're manipulating is much bigger because you can zoom in, zoom out really fast, and then like rotate. So yeah, I feel like that's what I like about drawing on tablet, but I do draw on Cintiq all the time.
all right, it looks like you guys are basically done your drawings. You have enough time to do a second one.
Doing a nice design sheet.
Gosh.
In these drawing games, we don't have to announce our winner or loser. We don't have to say which one's better or worse. We just enjoy what's good about both of them.
Yeah, I like that.
Unless there's a clear loser, in which case,
Unless you really
Like you just didn't even meet the criteria.
it's like, have you ever seen a coyote? What are you doing? Yeah, this is fantastic. I love the two different approaches we got. There's an 8-tentacled one and a 4-tentacled one, like it has a 4-legged creature. One has more of a tiger face, one more of a bird face, and they're both pretty adorable.
the tiny wings and the tiny beak.
Yeah.
One's
Yeah, I
definitely
couldn't
more good
decide
natured
between
than
the-
the other.
One's what?
More good natured than the other.
This is the angry
One's
one.
good nature.
This is the friendly one. All right.
So let's get Priscilla and Matt up here to do the animals, and this time Boya and Caitlin, you're going to be picking what they should be drawing, and I'll add in the third one.
Okay, I'm gonna pick a horse.
Oh, tricky.
Oh, it does. Hard
And the
mode.
boy's gonna pick a bicycle.
What should I'll pick.
Is you only have to take the part you know how to draw, right?
That's true. Very true.
Yeah.
So you can just draw a horse head with wheels on it.
Yeah. I'll pick a crocodile.
All right, that's a good one. I'm gonna go bat.
Bat. All right.
You can go fruit bat, vampire bat. I guess baseball bat if you really wanted to.
Okay.
It can be non-animal.
It's supposed to be an animal, but you know, if you want to get silly. I saw on Twitter today that it's Batman Day, and for me, I think I realized what Batman's real superpower is. Batman, to me, Batman's superpower is those 10 years where his parents have died, and then he becomes Batman. Because throughout the rest of the comic, you can just be like, oh yeah, he knows how to do that chemical equation because he's studied chemistry. It's like, oh yeah, and he knows how to escape bonds because he trained with Houdini. Oh, and he knows martial arts because he spent time training martial arts. And it's like this whole superpower is just that gap of time where you can just fill in anything you want as long as it's kind of on point. Like, probably doesn't know if you said like,
Wow.
yeah, I spent a year farming with the Kents down in Smallville. Like that, maybe wouldn't pass the sniff test, but a lot of the other cool powers you can give him.
I thought his superpower was being rich.
Yeah.
That definitely adds to it. I mean, the fact that he has, but I mean, other people are rich too, but they don't have a butler who's their dad. You know what I mean? Like, who adopted Bruce Wayne when his parents passed away? They didn't really talk about that for a long time.
Yeah, like somebody must have
Gordon.
been caring for him when he was a child.
Or somebody who was like, oh, you're not going to school today? No, I'm gonna stay home and learn ninjutsu. Oh, okay, that's fine.
So in the Batman lore, I know that there have been like 50 movies that establish Batman's lore, but I obviously was not paying attention for any of them. So he was 10 years old when his parents died, and then 10 years later he became Batman?
I think as a kid, he immediately knew that he wanted, or it wasn't long before he knew that he wanted to become Batman.
Right.
But, I think he spent a lot of time training through his kid years.
Right.
Sabbatical
Like his teen
for the
years.
bet.
Has anyone made like a teen Batman show where it's
You
like
know they have.
it's
You
like
know.
him training and like doing all of the like,
I'm sure they've
mythical
done that
stuff?
in comics. I don't know if they've
Oh,
done
yeah.
a show for it.
No, Gotham kind of dealt with that, I believe.
That's true. I thought it was more focused on the villains, though.
I think it was. Yeah. Well, like at least on Gordon, like pre-Batman era, it was like a young Bruce Wayne. I didn't watch all of it, but yeah, I know at the end there they did introduce Batman as like a character. Then they're like, okay, show's over.
And he was like a teenager or a kid?
I don't know.
Oh.
He was a child.
He was a 6-year-old. He had actually gotten younger.
He had Benjamin Button's disease.
But he already knew karate.
One of his unspoken powers.
That's serious, but not canon.
I like how the bat and the crocodile just make it look like a dragon.
They're very dragon-like.
Yeah. It's actually when I draw dragons, I reference bats and lizards mostly.
And dragons?
No, because then I just draw someone else's dragon.
No, but like Komodo dragons.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The real dragons.
Like the real dragons.
The real life ones. No, you're right. Yeah, sorry.
Dragons are like a subspecies of lizards. Like in the real world too.
Lizards
There's a
are cool
bearded
for
dragon,
scales,
too.
but I find
Bearded
lizards
dragon.
are actually surprisingly not easy to reference to dragons because aside from like maybe the head, the rest of the body shape isn't very like their limbs are really unimpressive and their feet are just like these weirdest floopy little things that don't look like gigantic claws or anything.
Yeah, you're probably better off referencing birds.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the feet, definitely I think. Or
Yeah.
cat, like non-furry cats, just like the bone structure.
When you guys draw dragons, do you draw them with like their wings? Are their front legs, or do you draw them with like 4 legs and wings as well?
And extra wings.
Well, actually, a dragon with 2 wings is they're
It's a
technically
wyvern.
wyverns. Yeah,
Oh, okay, they're different. I see.
Oh, I didn't know
Um,
that.
I usually do the 4 legs.
Okay.
Uh,
There's no wrong answer. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just making a joke about how you get really into
Did you
the
push your
taxonomy.
glasses up at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you might have, but I wasn't sure. I love it. But yeah, because I do both. I try to mix it up. This guy's got a horsehair tail as well. Oh, that's great. I just zoomed out and saw yours, Brazil. So good.
Oh, I actually didn't even zoom. I probably should have done that. Like, put it over to the side so I couldn't see it. Oh well.
I have to get right in to see it. Like when I'm drawing, I can't.
Talking about the difference between wyverns and dragons, I'm looking at these horse legs, and it's reminding me that a lot of times unicorns now are just like horses with horns on their head, but like the old mythical unicorns were like half lion.
Oh yeah.
Like the rear half a lion.
Although I feel like in the old tapestry illustrations and such of them, they mostly only showed that in the tail, because of like the lion tail.
Okay.
Yeah. They had like a little more fur hanging off of them or something.
Mm-hmm.
On their coming off of their like leg here.
Mm-hmm.
A little more furry, but very horse-looking legs. But I mean, if you guys must have seen those drawings that people have done of lions that had never seen them before.
Where they have like human faces.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Those are amazing.
So there's in like ancient mythology, there's like sphinxes which are female, but there's like a male counterpart to a sphinx as well. I can't quite remember what it's called.
Oh.
But that's like a lot of the medieval pictures that you see of like lions with like the face of a man is actually like referencing a mythical creature. I can't remember what it's called now though.
There's a manticore.
It might be a
And
manticore.
I think that's Indonesian. The idea of like it's got a man's face, and spiked tail that shoots.
Wait, so if the female sphinx is a gynosphinx or gynosphinx, then male sphinx would be an androsphinx?
According to Dungeons and Dragons, yes. I don't know whether this has any. I never looked up to see whether it had any relevance in Egyptian mythology.
Mm. This crocodile kind of just looks like it has pimples on its face. Scales.
But it's very friendly looking.
It wants to lure you close before it eats you.
Yeah. I saw a video this week of these two gentlemen working up in the Northern Territory, and they were clearing logs out of the way of their like skiff out of where the boat on this water, and this crocodile just wanted to like play with them, so it just swam right up to them, and they're like just pushing it back, just like leave me alone,
Jesus,
leave us alone. But like, you don't want to be in water with a crocodile ever.
No.
Like,
I mean, you probably just don't want to be near one. Period. They can go
can-
pretty fast
yeah,
over
they
land,
yeah.
from what I've seen.
My dad once, I think he went when he was in the Air Force, went to do some training up in the Northern Territory, and they went on a boat ride, and everyone decided to go for a swim. And it wasn't until later they realized they were actually swimming with crocodiles, which is kind of frightening to think about, even in retrospect.
Guess it's a good thing they weren't hungry.
Yeah.
What is the wildlife like in LA compared to some of the other places you've been? Like, I know that like I've gone to certain places where I'm like, oh, they've got, this seabird that I've never seen before, or they've got a squirrel or something like that. And like I had a visitor from Japan who was, amazed that we had squirrels, that they'd never seen that sort of thing in their parks, I guess, in the part of Japan they were from. They're like, you have things in your park besides birds? Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
what's
know,
your
Taylor.
trash animal? Because we have raccoons here.
Oh, ibis.
In Australia, we have ibis.
Yeah. In Australia, we have I think it's actually like a
It's a native bird.
Is it? I thought it was in Egyptian. But the ibis bird in Australia is it's a trash bird.
It's like a big white chicken that has like a really long beak. Like
Actually, that's what they're called, bin chickens.
They're called bin chickens because they like dig around in the trash. So LA must have like some kind of trash animal.
You're just pigeons and seagulls, I think.
Okay.
So kind of, your typical urban ones. I love that, like the word ibis evokes such like a graceful, majestic, magical animal, and you're like, yeah, they're trash chickens.
Yeah.
Or like my mom used to call them tip birds because they'd fly around at the tip, which is what we call like the
rubbish dump.
Rubbish dump?
Yeah.
The garbage dump?
There's some coyotes here, right? In LA?
Oh yeah. I don't ever see them because I'm way downtown, but yeah.
Don't they have like mountain lions there as well? Like up in the hills?
Probably.
I don't.
They are a
I've
western
realized
animal.
that mountain lion, puma, and cougar are all the same animal. They're just like they have different names.
Really?
Sort of like soda and pop.
Huh.
Oh,
Regional name for them.
interesting.
Are there mountain lions in Ontario? Or like cougars?
I think so.
Whatever. Okay.
I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like there might be.
Because we're going back out to the wilderness over the Thanksgiving long weekend. So no.
It wasn't on the like list of animals to watch out for
I mean,
that I saw.
I'm still going to freak out about it.
I don't think they're this far south.
Oh, okay.
And also there's like no mountains, so where are they gonna live? They don't live in the lake.
We can live on a hill. Hill lions.
Hill lions.
I mean,
You guys know.
there are owls around here apparently also. But
Oh, okay.
Do you guys get a lot of bugs over in LA?
not really. I mean, well, in the evenings, yeah, in the hills you'll get like mosquitoes and stuff, but
Right. But no
and
big,
then
like,
you get like these
cockroach.
huge palmetto cockroach bugs, lots of ants, lots of
get-
ants.
Cockroaches that fly?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I hate
Actually, well, I might be mistaking. I might be mixing things up with Texas or Atlanta. Because I haven't encountered them here myself, but I know they exist. Because I remember as a kid finding cockroaches in the house that were like that big.
Ooh, yeah.
But I don't remember if they flew.
It's the one
But I've
thing-
definitely seen the flying ones in Georgia.
Yeah. It's the one thing I don't miss about Australia. Is all the bugs.
Flying cockroaches specifically.
Well, that too, yeah. Because they'll just fly straight at you. You feel like, oh shit, there's a cockroach. They'll
I
be
don't know,
"Oh."
like they have annoying bugs here, like those wasps that show up in the fall.
Yeah, that's true.
They're annoying.
The black flies if you go out a little bit further out of the city. Pretty nasty.
I think I might have mentioned this before. And like, we have a lot of flies in Australia, but none that will actually bite you. The
What?
flies here like attack you. They want your blood so bad.
Yeah, like when we went canoeing, I like scraped the back of my leg up a little bit on like a rock, and it wasn't bleeding a lot, but it had kind of like peeled the skin back, and then this fly kept like trying to drink my blood. It was so gross. I was like, "Ew, get off me!"
It's like, free lunch.
Wait, I never heard of flies. I didn't know flies bite you. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, at least in Ontario.
Fly bites are pretty nasty.
That sounds
Like horseflies?
very
Mm.
upsetting.
Yeah.
Horse flies too, yeah.
All right, I think we've had more than enough time.
Yeah.
Twice as much.
Right.
We're just-
All right. So we've got our two different chimera. Like that you're trying to do like differing faces, variations on them over there, Matt.
Yeah.
He's not very horse-like though.
Kidding me? He's got the flowing mane.
It's majestic.
I guess I'm looking at that one at the top.
Yeah, my horse face. If I just draw a horse face, let me do that real quick.
Horse actually and crocodile kind of like blend a little bit.
Yeah, I can't even
Similar
remember. I know the horses' eyes are like on the side of their heads, and their nostrils are like right at the front. But it's a very worried-looking horse. This one.
It's like, how is he gonna draw me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this.
And I think the ears, they have those ears that can like change directions, right? Like a cat's, because they got to be like wary of prey. They got to look out for mountain lions and ground lions and other sorts of stuff. They got little beards. This one's got a little beard. Look at that.
That's a very worried horse.
Yeah. He's just looking behind him like.
He's looking at that guy behind him and he's like, I've taken too many drugs.
But the shape is there because the shape of that head compared to like those heads. Also, I'm not a very good artist, guys. I can draw things. I can draw shapes and then make them look like other things. But I haven't done many like I don't know.
Horses are also just weird.
Oh god,
I
it's
mean,
so weird.
I don't think anybody really would blame you for not drawing horses because, like
It's that weird thing of an animal that
barrel
we
belly.
all know, but we haven't. Most of us haven't spent a lot of time with, so you know when it's wrong.
Yeah.
You don't know how to make it right.
I used to. Well, I mean, I had that horse phase or pony phase as a girl, so I used to draw them a fair amount. But that was like 20 years ago.
I know.
Which is actually kind of funny how much of it you do retain, though. Because at one point I drew a horse. I don't remember why, but it was just like a doodle of a horse. And I was like, oh yeah, and then there's that muscle that goes down in the chest, and then you have the muscle along the neck. And I don't know why I know all this still.
Wait, why were you fascinated with horses?
It's just a thing. A lot of girls go through it.
Just a thing.
Oh, yeah, a lot of girls go through the
They're
horse
very
phase.
pretty.
Is it like they're pretty? Okay.
If My Little
I
Ponies
did
maybe
not
had a
know.
thing to do with it.
I didn't have a horse phase, unfortunately. I never learned how to draw horses.
Rode for like 6 years or 4 years or something all through high school.
Oh really? I think I've only ridden a horse once in my life, and it was when I was a child. And I remember they took us. I think school took us to a farm to learn like where milk and stuff comes from and all that type of thing. Because I don't think it was even a horse. It was probably like a pony. Mine just did not want to do what it was told, and it stopped to like pee like while I was on its back, and I'm like, come on, move, and they're like, you gotta wait, man.
Yeah, the last time I rode a horse, my horse was such a bastard because it wanted to like be at the front of the like line of horses, and so it kept biting my foot. And I'm like, there's nothing I can do about this, you stupid horse. Like, you have to stay in line. Stop biting my foot.
Wait, how does it?
It would like
your
turn
foot?
around and like grab my foot in its mouth and like bite it, and so I had to keep like pulling my foot back out of its reach. And the lady who was like taking the horse tour, she was like, "Oh yeah, this horse is just a jerk."
That's so funny. Well, it's like the horse seems kind of smart.
And it got its way because eventually she made me get off it and like take her horse, and then she took the bastard horse and she like rode it at the front.
The bastard.
So that's how it learned to be a bastard.
Yeah, that's how it learned.
If I just bite the person on top of me, I'll get put at the front.
Are you guys ready for the next game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try this. Gotta be a little higher.
Okay.
pretty even 4 corners. All right. This time, instead of doing a chimera, zoom in on your corner, and then you're going to try and draw a cartoon character from memory.
Okay.
Okay. Which
And-
corner are we taking?
Okay, so let's put your initial in the corner that you're going to draw in.
Okay.
Claim it.
Oh, I'll take this one.
Now I can see Caitlin's screen. So I just gotta try.
Just don't look.
It's okay.
I'll do my best to not look over.
Yeah, don't look. And no Googling.
All right, yeah, so there's no Googling. I'm going to give you a cartoon character. I want to get a character, hopefully, that you all know. So before anybody starts, let's just give me a rundown if you know the character. Okay. Grimace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, I have to think. From
From
McDonald's?
McDonald's, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know Grimace.
Purple guy from McDonald's.
From
Anybody
what?
know? Grimace?
No.
No? Okay, let's try again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there's
She-Ra.
Oh, yeah.
Shira.
Are we talking old version or new one?
Either one. You can do old or new.
I do know that one.
I mean, I'm not like
Who
I
is
watched a
it?
few episodes.
Do you know who
Yeah.
is
All right.
I'm not like
fair enough.
100%.
That's the whole thing. Is like, what can you remember?
It's
What's
like a
iconic
that's
about it?
the maybe.
Okay, She-Ra?
Is that what we're trying?
How long
Yep,
do we
you're gonna
have?
try and draw She-Ra.
Oh no.
This one's going to be hopefully shorter than the last ones. We'll try and do these a little faster.
Does she have like a
Okay.
headband on? I'm gonna draw with the headband on.
Oh, headband? What?
Don't
What is
worry.
she?
I think she's got like a ponytail.
Full body.
You can do just the head. I mean, if all you can remember is her hand, draw her hand. I don't know. This is the fun thing. It's like try and think about like what seemed iconic about this character that you remembered about this. You know, because cartoons are supposed to be simplified versions that stick with you, but different parts will stick with different people. Like some people, I mean, the ears. Everybody remembers the Mickey Mouse's ears, but you know, what other parts of Mickey Mouse can you remember? We will do Mickey Mouse as the next one.
Does he have a tail? Because he's a mouse,
I
right?
think he did have a tail in some iteration.
Yeah, I feel like the first bit, and then it got taken out over time.
Okay.
Because he's wearing like little lederhosen short kind of things.
Hmm. I really don't
Is she-
remember.
I'm gonna draw the Kingdom Hearts version of
That's
Mickey Mouse.
I don't really remember much about She-Ra at all. Even though we watched that. New
Ooh,
one.
Yeah, we only watched like one season of it though.
It was good, but it's definitely made for children. Like there's like
I'm not a child.
I am not a child. I mean, I am in a lot of ways.
It was one of the few shows that our entire family wanted to
What?
watch together. That and Kipo.
What's that one?
Kipo and the Age
Yeah,
of
we talked
Wonder
about-
Beasts. Sir Boy, what were you saying?
Yeah. So we mentioned Kibo before. You mentioned watching it, and I said I also watched it. It's a good show. You should watch.
Okay.
It's about
It's a fun show.
a future on Earth where there's been some sort of apocalypse that drove people underground, and animals exist on the surface, but as crazy, huge versions of themselves. Some of them able to talk. So it's sort of like a little bit like a Planet of the Apes kind of thing. But it's not just apes, it's all sorts of different interesting animals and people.
I like their kind of like the different interesting features in that show.
A great music on it as well.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy what Caitlin's put on She-Ra's chest.
Pretty sure that's what she looks like.
Pretty sure that's canon.
Yeah. I watched one season of this show. I'm pretty sure I know what she looks like.
It's funny, like some people have like an incredibly good visual memory. I am not one of those people, even though I'm an artist. I often have to reference a lot of stuff to remember it. I have a better memory for words than I do for images. What about you guys? Does anybody here feel strongly one way or the other about themselves?
Oh yeah, I definitely remember words way better than images, which really sucks when it comes to remembering.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh no, did our internet drop out?
I did. Can you hear?
No. Can anyone hear us?
Just leave. Just leave Discord and go back in.
If I cancel it. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, is your Discord completely frozen?
Yeah. Can they hear you? Let's
No, they can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Matt's just reloading his Discord. Our internet just like blipped for a second and then everything froze.
Yeah. I think I'm going to close Discord. Sorry to everyone watching at home. If you can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you.
My apologies.
Is it working now?
Um,
Your video's not on. There we go.
yeah, my apologies to everyone watching at home. That was very strange. We usually use Zoom for this, but because Caitlin's at home tonight, we're using Discord, and either our internet just cut out or something, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure which has happened.
All right, well, while Matt's working on that, it looks like his drawing is going to be as done as it's getting. Priscilla's got I think another leg to draw, but other than that, it looks like you guys have done a great job remembering what She-Ra looks like.
Should we put a picture of She-Ra in so that we can like compare?
Yeah, I've got one right here.
How does anatomy work? I don't know.
Oh,
she has
she has a cape? Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Okay, wait, hold on.
Oh, she has those little wings. I put them
so
on her
many
feet.
things.
I actually ended up going for the old version.
Oh yeah, yours is pretty close.
Yours is very close. Yeah. Are we gonna fix my real quick?
It was actually a lot simpler than I ever recalled. I did
really good.
I forgot that she has those little shorts on under her skirt in the new one. All right, who are we gonna draw next?
Superwoman.
Matt, are you able to draw with us, or are you busy
Yeah,
working
I'm
on
currently
stuff?
drawing now. I just had to reset the window and stuff like that, so
You're good.
yeah, I'm just quickly finishing off my drawing because I have to. Yeah.
All right.
How off was I? Oh yeah, I'm completely off. I've got the thing that the little flower that she has.
Mine, she has the Superman S.
No, that's the. Is it Stussy? Is that what it is? I can't remember. It's the S that you draw when you're in high school.
In high school.
I just know she was a big buff girl or a big buff person, I should say, in the new one, and it was really good.
Okay.
Okay, are you guys ready to draw Goofy?
Goofy, goodness me.
You guys have to know
Goofy.
Goofy from Disney, right?
Yeah.
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 I just don't know that I remember anything specifically about him. I feel like I remember his voice better than his looks.
Well, that's true. It's it has a very specific voice. I'm not super good at doing it.
But it's a lot closer than I can do.
I wonder if we'll get a DCMA takedown.
Did he wear a hat?
Uh,
I can't remember. I'm gonna put him in a little hat because I feel like maybe he wore a hat.
It's like I kind of have a vision of what he looks like in my head, but then as soon as I try drawing it,
Yeah, me too.
the vision just disappears.
I know that he's like kind of like a dog.
Yeah, you know what's real funny?
Yeah,
is
he
that,
looks a little bit like Pluto in some ways, I feel like.
Yeah, it's funny because Pluto is also a dog, but gets treated like one, whereas Goofy's like, here's some clothes, come inside. It's a weird, wacky world that they created at Disney Corp.
Did he wear clothes? He must have worn pants at least. And I know that, was he all black? Fuck, Jesus Christ, I don't remember anything about Goofy.
I don't know. It looks more like a bunny now. What is going on?
And I think he had like really big feet. If I'm recalling Kingdom Hearts correctly. But I think everyone in Kingdom Hearts had big feet.
Yeah.
Was that just a Kingdom Hearts thing or was it really a Goofy thing?
I think it was a Kingdom Hearts thing. Everyone just had enormous.
Well, he's gonna have big feet anyway, I guess.
I don't remember exactly zero about Goofy. I can, like, you're right, boy, I can picture him in my mind, but I don't know how to turn that into...
Yeah. As soon as I put down a line, that
You're like, this is wrong, and I don't know why.
This is wrong, yeah. This is not it.
Makes me wonder if drawing specific things is just muscle memory more than anything, but...
Probably, honestly.
Because I still need to look at reference when I'm drawing my own characters, with the exception of a couple.
Oh, yeah. I find that also particularly true with anatomy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all the time, like, I'm not even consciously thinking about what an arm or whatever looks like. It just kind of happens.
This is so wrong, but I don't know why. I'm sure that he had weird noodly arms and like a dog face. Why does this look so wrong?
I think mine's looking more like the love child between Goofy and the Trix Rabbit.
I'm gonna have to take a photo of this.
No cheating, no looking at reference.
I'm done. Mike.
Yeah, I give up.
Oh, he has a hat?
I don't know.
Was I right?
Right.
Does he wear a hat?
I gave him a hat.
All of you
Oh,
guys drew
okay.
a hat. All of you guys drew a hat, so I'm
He
like,
does have a
Oh,
hat!
it is.
There you go.
Oh,
but
his
he's
eyes are
wearing
way
a
big.
Oh, he's
Okay.
got them big buck teeth.
that's why his
I remember
eyes
the teeth. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, his ears are much smaller too.
And he does have big feet.
Oh, Priscilla, I love yours.
I know.
That's so good.
Yours is pretty close, Matt.
I didn't get the hat right. What is it? Is it like a stovepipe hat? Like,
I don't know.
What is that?
Something like that.
What am I? Oh,
What
that's
a-
so good.
And he doesn't have a tail.
Oh no.
But I knew that he was wearing gloves.
It's the eyes, I think, that really kind of
Yeah.
done everything.
Mm.
Oh boys, yours is so good. He's got a briefcase and everything.
Yeah.
He's a city dog. He's goes to work. He's got a job so he can support his son because he's a single dad in the city.
isn't that how the story goes?
Yeah. Oh wow, these are amazing. Oh dear.
Alright, what's next?
How can we?
Oh, Brian, we can't hear you. Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear Brian either. No. Technical difficulties. If anyone has any ways to troubleshoot using Zoom with two people in the same house on two different machines, let us know so we can avoid these sorts of situations.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe just exit the chat and then rejoin.
No.
No, still can't hear you. Just try exiting the channel and come back.
Whoa, what happened?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, great.
The old reboot and restart.
Turn
Turn
off
off
and
again.
on again.
Yeah.
That's the way that you do movies too now. Is you just all you have to do is reboot it, and then all of a sudden the movie franchise is perfect. So I'm gonna try drawing this one this time. Who wants to? You're gonna give me and actually, yeah. I'm just gonna try by myself.
Okay.
Somebody give me a word, and I'm gonna try and draw a picture only using the letters of that word. Like somebody's name.
Alliteration. Oh, just kidding.
That's too long. Give me somebody's name. Like just a first name.
Boya?
All right, Boya. I'm gonna try and draw a face only using the letters in Boya. This is a game that I do to try and teach kids that, well, if you don't know how to draw, maybe you know how to print. If you know how to print, you can make all the letters or all the shapes you need. So far I'm using some O's. No, I'm gonna get rid of those O's. I'm gonna do a B. I'm gonna do some O's. Color those in.
Nice.
And then an A and an O And
Do you have to use all of the letters?
you have to use all of the letters. That's the trick. Another B, another B, another B. Oh, and I should say that there's another thing. I'm okay because I have an O in it, but I always let people use punctuation. So if you want to use a period, you can always use a dot or an exclamation mark or something if you want.
Semicolon. Or semicolon in there.
A drawing of a person only using the letters in the name Boya. It's not a picture of Boya. It's a picture using Boya.
I see how it is.
So it's like that, helps you see that cartooning is just such simple shapes that you can use the letter shapes that you're already using to make something simple. So does anybody want to try that one? Try it using my name. Try using Matt's name. Matt's tricky. He's got 2 T's.
Yeah.
Not M-A-T-T.
Okay. I can try doing Matt's name.
All right.
This is like on the opposite end of the kind of drawing.
Draw at the same time.
Sorry, what was that, Priscilla?
Well, I guess Kayla and Priscilla are so long. Their names. I said, should we do it at the same time?
Do what? Oh, you mean have everyone do their own?
Yeah, do different names, I guess.
Okay, everybody do different names. Boya, you do Caitlin. Caitlin, you do Priscilla.
Wait.
Priscilla, you do Matt. Matt, you do Brian.
Okay.
I thought I was doing Matt.
Too late. Ain't shit.
Is that how you spell your name, Priscilla?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Is this how you spell your name?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Okay. So I have to draw a person using Priscilla.
Yeah.
Can it be only using those letters?
Yeah, those are the only letters you're allowed to use. And period.
Okay.
Start to see, if you've got an L, you put 2 L's back to back and you get a square.
I suppose I can do like a C and a C.
What is the shape you just did for the mouth, Boya?
It's an N.
Oh, okay. That looks kind of like a sedile. Whatever the accent. Not a sedile.
Like the squiggly accent.
Yeah. The only language I know besides English is French, and I don't think they use that in French.
The Sadi isn't that Sadi? Oh no, Sadi is the one with the little C.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. I'm so sorry. It's almost like doing ASCII drawing at this point.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
I like all the end beard.
Mine's a robot.
Wow. I love it.
I like that you made your Matt kind of look like Matt.
Do you upside down triangle for a nose? Or just triangle?
Gotta The shape of an L on my forehead.
My kid always draws noses like this now. It's like 6. Yeah, that's a good lesson in learning fun shape things. A couple other drawings here. I'm not sure how it would work. Drawing games would work online, and so I think what we should do is the. Do you guys know the shape game where one of us draws a shape and then the other one has to turn it into something?
No.
So I would draw like this. What I want to do. Copy that. Paste it. Allow me to do that. There we go. So you can turn that. 2 of you are going to turn that into a character, cartoon character of some sort. It could be the body, it could be the head, but it's sort of like using a strange shape as sort of the silhouette for the head. Looks like Priscilla's got a cat, so I'm going to say, how about Matt and Caitlin try this one?
Sure. I'll take the left one.
Okay.
So sorry, we just turn it into something? Doesn't have to be anything?
A character of some sort.
Oh.
So it doesn't have to be a human character, you know, it could be like a talking something, you know, that's come to life, but you're using that as sort of the silhouette or shape, because, you know, a lot of cartoon characters have a dynamic silhouette to them, like if you look at SpongeBob SquarePants, and he's a rectangle, and if you look at somebody like let's see, Mickey Mouse has those 3 circles, maybe another extra little circle if his nose is sticking out, as like the main silhouette shape. And the Mr. Men characters are often like that as well, like Mr. Strong is kind of just a square. So you can get to some really loose cartooning by using the shapes and as your basic starting point. Can force you out of your comfort zone of if people are doing, I don't think anybody in this group, but maybe, you know, if you're doing a lot of realistic stuff, it forces you to think a little more cartoony.
You mean I don't think
Looks like
anybody except for me?
Yeah. Your stuff is pretty realistic, but
What's going on with the green?
I'm impressed with how you're able to join us every week with our drawings. When you do those like really polished ones, you have such polish to the work that it's fantastic. But you're also able to join in with our goofy drawings. It's fun.
I found this actually really helped in terms of learning how to do the super simple chibi style stuff, because that was not something I ever really did. It's been nice getting that under my belt.
I don't think that I did this correctly. I just gave it a face.
You do stuff outside of it.
I know.
I did.
Wait, I don't understand what's going on with the green one.
It's a guy who's falling.
Is
He's
this
upside down.
He's a breakdancer.
okay.
He's doing head spins.
Oh, I see.
Is this like his tie?
Yeah, his tie's
Does he have
upside
a
down. His tie's falling in his face.
Right.
I see. That's funny.
No, I'll leave it up there. Yeah, he's doing some 6 spins on his head. I can't remember what that move's called.
Head spin.
Spin.
Head spin.
Oh dear.
We've got some sort of Mickey Mouse rhinoceros.
Something like
He's
that.
got a tail giving the peace sign, or the reverse peace sign.
I don't know. I thought it kind of looked like a rhino, so I was going for a rhino tail, but yeah, sure. It's a prehensile tail that's giving the peace sign, and it also has a face. Let me just zoom in.
Nice.
Shall we go to another one?
Yeah.
Boy and Priscilla. We can make
Yeah,
that
sure.
another shape. Right. Here we go.
Here, I'll take this.
Oh, okay. Are you taking the right or the left?
I'll take the left one.
Okay.
I'll take this one.
Mentioning SpongeBob SquarePants, but another good rectangular character that's got very similar silhouette is BMO from Adventure Time. It's like a Game Boy. So it's the idea that even though two people may have an identical silhouette, or characters would have identical silhouettes, they can look very different. Sure, somebody was going to turn that into like a bird beak, but neither of you have gone for that.
Where's the bird beak?
Like that.
Parappa the Rapper. Oh man. You guys are really good at this.
Are they both trick or treating?
Yeah, wait, I'm not looking at Priscilla's, and I just like looked over. That's so funny.
It's amazing how
Are they really both?
They're friends.
Yeah. It's Halloween. They're going trick or treating together.
Love it.
It's kind of funny, actually. They're similar.
Guess it is Halloween coming up.
Spooky season.
Getting in the spirit.
What is something you dressed up as for Halloween? As Australians, it's something that missed us almost entirely as like a cultural thing. But what is something you dressed as like when you went trick or treating as a child?
Well,
I went to as Jasmine once.
Oh yeah.
Or what?
I went as Jasmine once. From
Aladdin.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah.
Princess Jasmine.
I
When I
was
was
a
a
bride,
kid-
weirdly. Sorry, go on.
I dressed up as a member of KISS. And I had my mom did the whole face makeup, and I had a long dark wig. And my drama teacher was asking who we were going to be for Halloween. I was like, I think in grade 3 or so. And I said, "Oh, I'm going to be Gene Simmons." She's like, "Oh, like the dancer? You're going to go in drag?" And I'm like, "What?" And I didn't know that Gene Simmons, that was also the name of a famous dancer. And so like that was the year I learned what drag meant, when I was like in grade 3.
Wow.
And she learned the true meaning of rock and roll.
That's so
And you both won that day.
I think I wore that outfit to Beavers, which is like younger Cub Scouts. I think I wore it to Beavers and for trick-or-treating and for school. So it was like 3 separate times my mom had to do that makeup.
Oh man.
Was it like that grease paint makeup too that was really hard to get off?
I remember it being uncomfortable. I don't really know. I don't think it was the grease paint, but it was not fun. Made me have more appreciation for them. Going through that every day.
They were making millions of dollars, so.
Yeah, I'm sure it was worth it.
And,
So for me, like, since my parents are like, we're from China,
right.
so we don't really have Halloween tradition, and we didn't really like go in on it as much. But I wanted to go trick or treating and get candy. So like one time I remember I just like wore a bathrobe. And then they were like, "What are you?" And I'm just like, "Someone wear a bathrobe." Like, I just,
Wow.
like, my parents didn't really like try to give me costumes or anything. So
I do feel like a lot of the trick-or-treating style has really changed, because I remember my mom just like dropping me off at the start point and being like, "Have fun," and then I would just go around back on my own and then go back to wherever she was meeting me. This is definitely not something you do these days.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wait,
you're
how old were you? Like when
I was
you're
like 10. Granted, this was on like a
Okay.
military base,
Okay.
so there's probably an additional factor. But like my sister and I also just went together alone without like adult supervision a fair few times.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother and sister and I were very much unsupervised for like most of our childhood. We were basically
Yeah,
just
the whole thing
completely
was-
wild. And it was like the older kids, it had to look after the younger kids. So I always had to look after my sister, like make sure that she was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up in a military base, but my dad was in the Air Force, so and I did spend a little bit of time on like a Air Force base in like daycare and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's a little bit of a different world when you're in there. Kinda weird.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, my parents weren't military, but they were contractors for a few years.
Ah, okay.
So I went to the school on base and, had access to it and all that.
That's cool.
Oh, they're not friends anymore.
no, she's talking to the person behind her right here.
Oh,
The
Shadow that's
creepy old
following.
man on his porch.
dream foreground. Mysterious shadow. Tombstone.
That little Optimus friend is seeing him too. It's like, what the heck?
See there.
I remember I went once as a prince too,
Yeah?
like specifically a prince.
Like the musician, or
No, like medieval prince with like a
Okay.
classic sword and
that's awesome.
tunic and all that.
Yeah, and
A lot
then
of random stuff.
most of our trick or treating has been, not trick or treating, but like dressing up for Halloween has been as adults since we moved to Canada.
My
The
friends, when I
excuse to
was
put on a costume and go party.
Yeah.
when I was in like grade school, my friend's dad used to take us trick or treating, but like nobody knew that it was happening, so we'd like show up at people's houses and like knock on their door and be like, trick or treat, and they come to the door and they'd be like, what's going on, what's this? And we're like, you have to give us candy. And then people were like completely unprepared, they'd give us like loose biscuits and like change and stuff like that.
Mind you, I think my niece and nephew have been doing trick or treating like the last couple of years.
Yeah, I know that people in Australia get like weird
exciting.
about it.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's very much like, oh, that's an American tradition. We don't want it here.
Yeah.
But
So
it's,
why were you? But some people do it.
yeah,
But you guys did it.
views are changing in Australia.
It's like it's just such a fun holiday. Like, why would you get mad at somebody who like is just going around begging for candy?
Who comes to your door and demand candy?
It's really the only thing holding back Christmas from taking over more time.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's like,
Yeah.
this day after Halloween. If Halloween wasn't there, Christmas season probably would start in September.
Yeah.
As soon
Yeah.
as back to school's over.
It's just that like because the seasons are flipped in Australia, it's also like it just doesn't make sense. Like here, it kind of like when it gets to Halloween, it kind of feels like the spooky season, right? Because it's like fall and the leaves are
It's getting
changing.
darker,
It gets
yeah.
kind of like foggy. But in Australia, it's like springtime.
Well, we also live in the north where they actually have 4 seasons. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I will admit that was like one of the nicer things when we first moved here. That like seeing the changes in seasons.
Mhm.
Whereas before it's just like it's really hot or it's like muggy and wet.
Mhm.
Brisbane kind of only had 2 different
It only had 2 seasons. It was like hot and then hot and wet.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember actually costumes. One time I went as a black cat, and the cat that we had at the time didn't recognize me and freaked out. Black ears, I guess, and the face paint, so maybe that changed like the pattern on the face. And she just like and ran away when I tried to pet her.
Another cat. Another giant cat.
Yeah, I always used to wear the same costume whenever because like we would throw like Halloween parties. Like it was always like my one friend whose family kind of, and they weren't American, they were like British, so I don't know where they got it from. I think they just thought it was like a fun thing. And so like they would throw like Halloween parties and we would go around and get dressed up. But I remember there was one kid in my school who was invited to the Halloween party, but I guess he didn't quite understand the concept of Halloween, and so he showed up and he didn't have a costume on. And so my friend's mom made him like a wizard costume out of a garbage bag.
Okay.
But like we always used to wear the same costumes. Like I would always dress up like a black cat, and my friend would always dress up like a witch. And like that was the like, and she wasn't like a cute witch. It was like she had this like plastic nose that you would put on that had like warts on it, and like this big like gray like fuzzy wig. But yeah, that they were like the Halloween costumes.
Do you guys want to do one more, or are you guys looking at calling it a night? I'll leave it up to you guys.
Let's do one more, and then we'll call it a night.
I can do one more.
All right.
Like a different game or the shape one more?
I want to draw more.
Let's do the shape one, but let's.
I want to draw more cartoon characters from
What was that,
memory.
Caitlin? Cartoon characters.
Okay, well,
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
That was actually
Sorry, bro. You've been overruled.
Oh,
Overall.
that's great. I was thinking that too, but I thought you guys were sick of it.
No, I like
No,
it.
that was fun. That was a
wait,
lot.
didn't you want to, Brian? Didn't you want to draw a cartoon character or something?
Yeah, why don't you put a box in the
Yeah,
middle
you
for
could.
yourself?
All right. I don't know how we're gonna do the 5th
Yeah,
one.
because
but,
Brian knows what the character looks like.
Or
He didn't
I-
look at it.
I can come up with.
Well, yeah,
one and you can draw
we'll
it.
just name one, so he doesn't
Okay.
know.
Let me try. to think.
Does anyone in chat have any suggestions?
Um,
What do you think?
Let's see.
What's a character that we would all
what
know?
about?
I'm surprised you don't know who Grimace is. You know who the Hamburglar is, right?
Do you know Hey Arnold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
What about? Oh, that's too easy. You can draw
Hello
the one
Kitty.
of the Powerpuff Girl. Oh, maybe.
Grimace.
Grimace.
Wait, is he purple?
He's purple, yeah.
Okay.
He's basically
Yeah,
just like a purple
I guess I
blob.
know. I've seen it.
Oh, what about Gumby.
Gumby?
I heard Powerpuff Girls.
Okay.
Yeah, I
That's the
said
Power-
one of the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, do you guys want to try that? Do you
Yeah.
guys know them?
Yeah.
I know them. Yeah.
All
I-
of them,
I
or
know
just
of
one of
them.
Well,
them?
this is the same thing. Like, you know them. I'm not sure I remember how to draw them, but
My-
that's right. So.
Not my closest friends.
Brian, are you drawing as well? Did you draw a box for yourself?
No, you guys can draw. I will tap out.
Oh, okay.
All right, boy, you're gonna. I'll take this one.
I'll take the bottom one.
I got the bottom left.
I was like kept going to claim one and then I was like the canvas.
Okay, Powerpuff Girls.
Any of them? Or
You can. I guess
I'll
any
see
or
it
all
now.
of them. Like if you can only remember
all
what one
the
of them
same,
looks like.
yeah.
Oh, actually, another fun drawing game is drawing Pokemon from
Yeah,
memory.
I like that one too.
Oh yeah.
It's only,
Or
it's only-
Pokemon from description if you don't know them. Like where
Yeah, that's true. Like if
describe-
you
Yeah,
don't know
actually,
them.
that's fun too.
Yeah.
It's only fun
could
if
do
you
that
were
one.
into Pokemon.
I guess
when
we're
you-
already doing this then.
I never really
We'll
watched
do it next
yeah.
time.
Pokemon.
I mean, that's your fault.
I
really.
never played. I never played Pokemon, but my kids got a little bit into it for a little while. They were into it as a phase, so I kind of know some of the characters.
Perfect.
So yeah, I know them just well enough to do stupid drawings of them that
Or-
will not look right.
Actually, or draw them from the way they sound. You know, like the way their names sound.
Yeah.
What is a
Like,
Jigglypuff?
Yeah, because or how you think the Pokemon should be based on their name.
That's a good one. If someone describes a character to you to draw, and then you have to draw it, and you don't know what character you're drawing, but they're just like, all right, so it's like a little round body, little round face, got a tail that looks like a
Right.
tail that looks like a lightning bolt.
Yeah. It could be like a competitive game where like your team has to guess what you're drawing.
Kind of have Gumby arms, right? Just like really tentacly.
It's not looking right, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong, so I'm just sticking with it. I don't know how to fix it.
It's pretty good.
Oh wait, did one of them have pigtails? One of them had pigtails.
One of them is named Bubbles.
Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup, right?
It's a good memory.
Sounds right to me.
I wasn't like a huge fan of the show, but I think I watched a little bit of it.
I used to love it. I think it was again, D. Tartakovsky?
Yeah, I
The
think
original.
so. went on to do Samurai Jack.
Yeah, which is like my favorite animation of all time.
Oh, that's cool.
Samurai Jack was an interesting show because they gave it was one of the first shows I knew that gave the storyboard artists the chance to do their writing. So that way whatever the story was driven more by the visual feel of it rather than the plot.
I think that's why I enjoyed it so much, is that it was very much like I could see that it was like driven visually rather than by story. Like his name was Samurai Jack. Like he didn't even have a proper name.
Matt loves stories where the characters don't have names.
They don't need names.
That's his favorite type of story. Like, what's he called?
Searching
I don't know. He
anime.
doesn't have a name.
Like The Man with No Name. Like there's all Clint Eastwood
Yeah.
movies. So good.
Watch the Kurosawa ones that are based on.
I've seen quite a few of them. Well, actually, I think
Sanjuro and Yojimbo.
yeah, I've seen a couple of them. Definitely seen. I know Seven Samurai was the original before Magnificent Seven, and I've seen both of those. I haven't seen Yojimbo though. I didn't find out until recently that For a Fistful of Dollars was a basically a direct rip-off of it. But yeah,
Yeah, Toei actually sued Sergio Leone because he had like ripped them off.
Oh man.
yeah.
They were like, you can't just remake the movie.
Yeah. You realize that, this is copyright. But even like characters that they don't necessarily have like a name, like this is Joseph such and such. It's like what was that other Western we just watched? It's not even a Western. First Cow, and the name of the main character was Cookie because he was a cook. He didn't have like an actual, like he was never. I don't think he was actually given a name, a proper name.
Have you ever seen Drive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same deal. Like there's still story there.
Yep.
Like,
There's a story there. It's just not used via dialogue.
yeah.
I thought his name was Dilbert Driver.
I think actually, well, I don't know if, I guess Baby is what everyone just called him, but Baby Driver. Speaking of driving movies with protagonists who don't really have much of a name.
Yeah, they just yeah. I know what you mean.
It's well for you guys not asking me what the name of every NPC I make then. That's always a difficult thing in D&D where you're like, what's the name of the innkeeper? What's the name of the innkeeper's wife? What's the name of the innkeeper's daughter? What's the name of the guy who got each other?
We wouldn't be able to remember anyway.
I could still ask it. I just wouldn't remember it. And then we keep asking.
Yeah. No,
Of course, to be fair, you
come
could keep
on, I
giving
will
different
ask.
ones and we wouldn't know.
There's definitely NPC
And
names.
if you make it up on the
Yeah.
if you make it up on the spot, we'll be like, wait, I thought their name was Stacy. No, Stephanie. Did you say that 30 minutes ago?
Yeah, we'd probably like forget it within half an hour. I've definitely made up characters for games and then like forgotten their names like by next session. And I've had to ask my players, what were they called again?
I remember coming up with a cool name for one of my characters, and I combined 2 masters of horror, Wes Craven and Clive Barker. And so I introduced this character named Clive Craven. And like players are like, "You mean like from Cheers, the whaleman from Cheers?" I'm like, "No, that's Cliff Clavin." Oh, this guy no longer sounds cool at all. It sounds like a dorky mailman. I hadn't said it out loud.
All right, so I drew Mojo Jojo instead of Powerpuff. I remember he was just a monkey with a brain in a jar for a head.
All right, now, do we want to? Does somebody else want to name a Pokemon and we draw that one, and then we can call it a night? Boy, you seem to be the.
Wait, we can do a random.
Hold on, we got to get a Powerpuff Girl drawing in here to compare them.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got him completely wrong.
The red one.
I thought
The
he
red
had...
one, I was like, I'm not going to draw the red one. It's just zipping by in the background.
Yeah.
Out of the screen.
Give it an effort.
Yeah. But you really composed them. You're like, they need to have dynamic composition.
At least he kind of hinted to the existence of the red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have sworn he had a
Very advanced.
brain in a jar. Did I get it wrong, or is he wearing some kind of weird hat?
Wait, I think he wears a hat to cover it, right?
That's what I thought.
There's a turban.
Yeah, and then underneath the turban is he's hiding it.
Yeah.
Oh, does he? No, I think it's just. Or did they change it for the updated version? Oh well.
Man, their bodies were even smaller than I remember.
They're really just head with like a little dangly.
Yeah, I was like, am I drawing these eyes too big? Oh, they feel too big. I was like, no, I just connected them. I made them so big they're just blobbing into one another. Caitlin's are super cute. Priscilla's is like got a lot of power to it and attitude.
I just remember the green one was the one who was like the most, punch him up.
Yeah.
She was the Raphael of the group.
She was the mad one.
The zip.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna sit out the Pokemon one. So, boy, you can draw a Pokemon.
Okay, then do you want to come up with the name of the, or not come up like?
Matt doesn't know any Pokemon though. What's the one Pokemon that you know? Not Pikachu.
You can do or like a random Pokemon generator, and then.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. That's an even better.
Because there's so many Pokemon that I don't know because I haven't played like all of the games.
All regions, all types.
Yeah, same. I only know the original, like.
Yeah, I know those ones pretty well.
Yeah, I was going to say Bulbasaur because I know that one. I did watch Detective Pikachu. Okay, so I know a couple.
I made Matt watch Detective
There's
Pikachu.
Angry Lightning Monkey. I don't know what that one was called.
I actually don't know what that one was called either.
So do you want like a random completely, because there's like Phantump.
Let's do like one that we don't know, and then we can like just make it up.
The one I was looking for that's been a lot of fun is when you just look at a Pokemon and you describe it, and then we have to try and draw it. Well, and ideally, we know what it is.
Yeah, so you look at a Pokemon and describe it for us.
Okay, I'll do it on my phone though. So
yeah. One that we don't know, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, like, there's no way he would know which one to know, but I think it's funnier.
Oh, that's true.
Do
a really hard one.
Okay, is this showing me like Pokemon fusions?
No, don't do fusions.
Okay.
Fusions.
I'm just gonna pick one from random from the list because I can't. There's no like.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh wait, there was a surprise me. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I don't know, like, so just for example, if I just say, so it looks like a big round seal. Like, do you know? Is that too much information?
A big round seal?
Yeah.
No, just keep
I
describing it.
think that's fine. Yeah, because a lot of them look like animals, and that would be helpful instead of like this body is oval and white. Like
Yeah.
that would be
Okay.
too hard.
Okay,
Too
so this
big,
one, so it's like
you
a
know.
big, round, like spherical, what did I say? Like
Seal?
Seal.
seal or
That's
sea
what you
lion or something like that. It's got two little
Spherical seal.
tusks at the front and two little flippers. Its body is like divided into two tones. So there's like a top
Don't
half.
tell us anymore. Just give us a, like, what is it? What type is it?
Ice and water.
Oh, I think I know which one this
Ice
is.
and water. Oh,
Yeah.
So you said it's a big round seal.
Yeah.
But it
Oh, I
has
don't remember what
teeth,
it's like.
It's got like
so it's
two.
more of a walrus.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. Probably more like a walrus.
it has teeth.
It's two little tiny tusks.
Oh.
I might be being too
I
descriptive.
realized a while ago is most Pokemon don't have noses. Not all of them, but like Pikachu doesn't have a nose.
Pikachu has a nose.
He's got little.
He's got a
Little
little
dot.
mouse nose.
Does he?
Pretty sure Pikachu has a nose.
How do you draw tusks?
Oh, okay. I think the monkeys from Detective Pikachu were. God, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation. Apoms? Yeah, AIPOM. Okay, so I think in retrospect, I probably gave the name of the thing away when I described it initially.
The name of the Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
Wait, why?
Just gave it away more.
Is it like
I think I know what it is,
Is it-
but
ice seal? Yeah, what is
It's
The only thing I could think of for seal was Buffalo or Buffalo or something.
this one's called Spheel. Spheal.
Well, you did say it was a big round seal.
Yeah, I should have actually read the name of it before. You need to be more vague.
So you're gonna find us a picture of it?
Yes, I'll put that in.
Thing too is maybe you can describe its up. You can tell us the names of its other forms if we don't know it.
That's good.
You know what? Now that you've said the name, I think I probably did play the game that had this one in it, but it's not like ingrained in my memory like all of the original ones.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, I was pretty close. Oh, it had little ears.
much more spherical than I was thinking of.
Yeah, and it's literally the spelling of it is Spheal. So it's like seal and sphere, just like.
Severe. Oh my god. See, that's why it's like if you can sometimes just hear the name of it and try to draw it, and it would be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
Okay, let's do
Close.
another one.
but you might know the name of it if I just say it. Like you might know what it is. So
I like that you described it. No, I think this is good. Yeah.
okay,
You want another description? Pokemon?
all right. I'll do something a little bit harder this time.
Bugzoo on the chat says that they're all super cute. Thank you. Some of them are a little closer than others.
Yeah. We're doing our best.
Chunky enough.
That's what I should have said. It's a chunky sphere, seal.
Seal.
Chunky sphere.
It's just a
Chunky
round
sphere.
boy.
Evil ice cream.
Okay. All right. So again, this might be too descriptive. Picture. So it's an otter that's on fire.
An otter.
Yeah.
Otter.
An otter that's on
That's-
fire.
Probably not the best way to say it, but like
I don't know how to draw. How to play. Wait, oh shit, I need to finish. Is that it?
I
Is
feel
that it
like-
for the description? I know.
Do you want more? So it's got like
Yeah.
okay. So the fire is it's got like a bit of a fire mohawk and like a fire tail mohawk.
A fucking
Wait, I think I know
mohawk.
what it is.
See, I think I'm giving too much away.
No, I don't know what it is, but it sounds cool.
Little triangle.
gone-
Sorry?
I'm still gonna draw how you described it though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the original. I was thinking.
There was another one I was going to do that I think was going to be too hard for me to describe. So.
Wait, so is that it for description?
That's all you get.
all
You
you
just
A
have to
fire
go
mohawk
from
and
that.
a fire tail, right? You said.
Yeah. Little.
Did you guys ever play Neopets?
Yeah, I played Neopets, but like not a lot. Like a little bit.
How quickly you want to reassure?
No, I just mean like
'Cause,
I'm not super into the lore. If you're gonna like.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, or I was gonna say like because Neopets has like some creatures, right? And like I don't know them super well either, but like I've seen like I played them before with my friends, and then we would do this like where it's like let's try to draw this Neopet from memory. Kind of funny too.
Yeah. Didn't you have like breeding or something going on? Am I mixing it up with something else? Or like you could commission you could commission drawings of your pet and then breed it with others?
I feel like that sounds like it's like a in the community, like you can do that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Like not in the official game. I don't know if you can do that, but I feel like the Neopet community is like they do a lot of different like creative things.
Mm.
Probably like they probably draw their like
you-
Neopet in different ways.
You know what? I'm probably mixing it up with Gaia online. There was a lot of like,
It's probably
crafting stuff.
yeah, it's probably like similar. I feel
Yeah.
like
I missed like Pokemon became a thing at the same time over here, sort of around when Digimon did, and I was more of a Digimon guy.
I loved Digimon so much when I was in like high school. It was my jam.
I never really got into them. It's only because of Pokemon Go that I really got into Pokemon at all. And then I played Let's Go for a bit.
Huh.
yeah.
Oh, no,
Just hit escape.
Nice.
okay.
I like some of the
I know
fire
that
guys
guy.
drew are
Yeah.
just it looks like a squirrel and like there's actual fire on the animal
Got like a-
Yeah.
and like the
Floating on the
squirrel's
back.
just upset.
It's a fire mohawk, and I guess it's like a sideways mohawk tail.
Yeah.
It's a fire type, of course, but yeah, it's more of a squirrel for sure. Squirrel's probably a better animal to go with. But yeah,
I totally missed that red eye thing.
Yeah.
oh, I should have put that in. Priscilla's is dead. It's cut.
Yeah. He's under Done nothing.
I love it. All right.
Well, that was super fun. Thank you for joining us for a weird magical marker game night. Hopefully we'll do another one of these again.
Yeah, that was super fun.
Yeah.
And if you stop by, because we've been drawing art, we draw art when we play D&D on Tuesday nights. So
That's right.
join us.
Where you can join us for our Dungeons and Dragons and drawings. Yeah. Everybody say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thank
night.
you.
See you there,
Bye.
Blue Chew.
All right. Hold on. Goodbye, everybody.